Hey guys, Sylvia here. I have a little bit of a new setup if you are unfamiliar with my background. Being the Amazon addict that I am, I was browsing one late night and found myself upon sparkly curtains, and I felt like that's what I want to do for my videos. So aside from all these pretty new and distracting things, I actually have a video today that is pretty close to my heart. Most of you guys that have watched my videos for a little while know that I suffer with really bad anxiety, making it really hard for me to do everyday tasks. Two of these things being able to relax and just let my mind relax, and also secondly, falling asleep. Sometimes it takes me anywhere between 1 to 2 hours to fall asleep at night. It's really bad because I just have so many thoughts running through my brain. I have so much anxiety going on. And you know how most people can come home, sit on their couch and just feel relaxed? I never feel that way naturally. If I ever want to feel relaxed, it's a very, very conscious effort for me to get myself to that state. And with going through all of this in the past, like 10 years of my life, I turned a lot to the internet and especially YouTube to help me cope with these things. So I used to be Googling all the time, like how to relax, a relaxation routine, how to fall asleep, how to poach an egg. I have searched and watched for many egg poaching videos and still have not nailed that. But what I have kind of figured out for me is a routine that allows me to relax and fall asleep a lot easier at night. Maybe by sharing these small tips that maybe an anxious person just doesn't think about on the regular can help you guys be more grounded and feel more at ease before going into sleep or relaxation. So for the first part of my routine, I've partnered up with Neutrogena. They are sponsoring this video so that I can show you guys how I JOMO. So the opposite of FOMO. JOMO is the joy of missing out. If you guys follow me on Instagram or even watch my monthly vlogs, you guys know that I go to a lot of events. A lot. And for me, I feel a pressure of having to show up to these things and having to attend these things because of relationship building, partnership building, and I hate being like the person that just doesn't show up if everyone else is showing up. But as of lately, I've actually been saying no to a lot of events, and I would say like almost 50% of the invites that I get, and I feel joy out of that. I don't feel a fear of missing out anymore when it comes to those things, because I've come to realize that my mental health and allowing me to enjoy time to myself is very important. So when it comes to evening time, after about 5:30 to 6 o'clock, that's when I actually begin my routine. I start to wind down from that moment. It's not about winding down 30 minutes before you go to sleep. It's about prepping yourself from the moment you step back into your house and you know that you have the rest of the night to ease out of things. My favorite way to start off my routine is to take off my makeup. Nothing feels better than being able to take out your contacts, take off your makeup, and you're able to touch your face throughout the night as much as you want. Because when you have makeup on, you can't be like, ugh, or like, you know, planting your face into a pillow as much as you want to, or snuggling your face up into your dog. So first off is makeup off. Neutrogena has this new deep clean purifying line, and that's what I like to give myself on the nights that I just want to strip everything off of me, including my clothes. I like being naked around the house. So I get myself into a towel, tie my hair back. I start off with probably one of the most satisfying things is using the Neutrogena Deep Clean Purifying Micellar Wipes. Y'all know that Neutrogena has the best makeup wipes. I've been using that original blue pack for such a long time, but these new ones are actually powered by triple micellar technology, so it helps you remove that makeup but still leave your skin feeling very soft and refreshed. I love being able to see all my makeup on that one wipe because I'm like, eh. Some days that wipe is filled and other days it's like not that much, and I'm like, wow, look at me. I'm the type of person where a wipe doesn't make me feel like I've stripped my face of all impurities enough. Although it does a really, really great job, I still like to go in with a cleanser as well. So I then go in with the Neutrogena Deep Clean Purifying Clay Cleanser / Mask. And you heard me right, it is a cleanser and a mask in one. And how, you ask? We already know that clay is actually really purifying from the skin because it helps absorb and suck out all the impurities and nasties on your skin. So I first used it as a cleanser by wetting my hands, warming it up in my hands a little bit, and then putting it all up on the face. It's a very light feeling texture to it and very easy to wash off. I personally am a type of person where I like to scrub my face pretty often, either every other day or so. So then I go with the Neutrogena Deep Clean Purifying Cooling Gel Scrub. It gently exfoliates my skin and I can feel that softness difference right away. When I'm done with that, I go back to the clay cleanser and mask, but then I use it as a mask. So I just spread it all over my face and then you leave it for a few minutes to dry and then you can see that it dries into a mask. While I wait for it to dry, I use those moments to start to unleash the thoughts in my mind. I feel like one of the things that holds me back from allowing to relax and go to sleep is because there's so many things in my mind and I'm constantly thinking and be like, I have so many thoughts, I can't forget all this. Like, for some reason, it's at night when all the reminders come to the top of my head. Sylvia, you have to remember this, you can't forget again. But this is a very terrible cycle and a very terrible idea. So what I do is that I allow this time for me to think of those things. I allow myself to think about everything that I need to think about, but I write them down. I write them down either in a notebook if I'm not in a bath. In this case, I did feel like taking a bath, so I did, and I wrote it down on my phone instead. But I literally just make a list of all the things that I feel need to be reminded of for the next day, or just any thoughts that I have about things that I gotta do the next week. Because I'm such a busy person, I'm always thinking about, like, you know, things I can't forget and what my schedule is. So I write down all my thoughts and just give myself that 5 to 10 minutes to spill my mind out into that list. This is my number one thing. It really helps me in allowing me to just let it go. Sometimes when I don't do my full routine, I just do this before bed, like 10 minutes before bed. I just allow myself to spill my thoughts out, and just like that, I'm able to sleep within 15 minutes because I feel more at ease knowing that I'm not going to forget anything because everything is written down on my phone. So once I wash all that off and dry my face, I like to just go over my face with the Neutrogena Deep Clean Purifying Micellar Cleansing Water. I use micellar water for so many things. Like, I use it to remove makeup, I use it in the morning to wipe off excess oils, but I also use it kind of like a toner just to make sure my face feels very fresh. So I do a quick swipe of that all over my face. And of course, an ultimate pampering notion, you gotta put on a sheet mask so your skin just feels so rejuvenated. Honestly, sheet masks are a lifesaver for me. I feel like a lot of times I use a sheet mask before I go to sleep. I wake up and my skin is so renewed. It looks like completely different skin. It looks like I grew new skin overnight. It's especially helpful when you're traveling because traveling takes a lot out of your skin. Every time I land from a plane that night, I put on a sheet mask and the next morning I look like I grew new skin. So right now I'm using the Neutrogena Deep Clean Purifying Hydrogel Mask, which is a jelly texture, and it has 2 parts, which is pretty helpful because you don't need to, you know, get it fixed on your entire face. So this mask helps saturate my face with nourishing essences and then locks it all in. So then after all that, I feel like on the nights that I really do need my restfulness, I have a pretty small dinner. I feel like having a big dinner makes me feel very uncomfortable, nauseous, which then coincides and makes my anxiety really bad because a lot of my anxiety is triggered from feeling sick. So it's a really vicious cycle. So I just eat a really clean and small dinner that allows me to feel full but not, you know, feel nauseous, and I drink a lot of water with it as well. And then in that in-between time, what I like to do is either hang out with my dog or watch a show with Ty. Sometimes I will do like a little bit of light exercise. Well, not exercise, I would call it just more like strength training at home. I don't know, it makes my muscles feel better in a sense. So I do like really light exercises. Nothing that's exerting, so just some tricep dips or some planks, a little bit of stretching back and forth. I never really enjoyed yoga, but I have learned to enjoy different aspects of different yoga practices and kind of bring it all together because it helps me feel strong, and when I feel strong in my body, I feel more centered and stabilized. I know it sounds really like spiritual and weird, but like, I don't know, it's just something about also taking care of the physical parts of your body help you feel good on the inside. Now when I start preparing myself for sleep, I like to kind of get ready about an hour in advance. So I try to go to sleep around 11, so I try to be ready by 10 o'clock to be prepping myself. So I like to spend the first like 10-15 minutes just to, you know, go through my Instagram, like the photos I need to like, and do all those things so it's out of my mind and out of my way. And there are 2 things that really help me go to sleep. One of them being meditation, and the other being ASMR. So I don't meditate often. I am not a meditator. I'm very not good at meditating. I've tried many times. Meditating as of right now just doesn't really work for me. However, what I do like doing is listening to meditation because it helps me get sleepy. So I can't meditate to meditate. I meditate to fall asleep, if that makes sense. What I do is either go to YouTube for meditation, or lately I've been using an app called Headspace. You guys have probably heard of it, but they have a lot of like meditation and different applications that allow you to imply that into your life. So what I do is I'll hop onto Headspace, click a meditation realm, and I will listen to it and practice what they're saying to me, but I just allow myself to fall asleep. I don't force myself to stay awake and get through the whole meditation. If I feel sleepy, I close my eyes and I go to sleep. I feel like if I want like a really restful deep sleep, I turn to ASMR. I don't know if any of you guys have heard of it before, but it is a very strange thing because it's allowing noises to trigger senses in your body, so you get like tingles in your head mostly. Most people get tingles in your head, and it feels really nice, like as if someone's like scratching and massaging your head. So I just searched up some different ASMRs and you start to learn what works for you. For me, I personally love things like brushes on the microphone, or head scratching and head massaging. So those ones I usually will click like an 1 hour one, and I end up falling asleep about halfway through. Just a tip, make sure you don't have your autoplay on when you're playing your YouTube, because you don't want it to autoplay to some really loud thing and wake you up. I just click one video, turn off the autoplay, put on my headphones, and then let myself fall asleep. When I wake up in the middle of the night to pee, I'll just take my headphones out typically. So that is all I have for you guys today. I hope my small little tips here and there helped you guys out. I know it seems really small and silly, but to me, having all these things done together makes a huge difference in just allowing myself to relax and enjoying the joy of missing out and not feeling anxious about missing out on these things, because I just learned to let it go. Let it go. Let it go. So I enjoy missing out and giving my time to pamper myself. So leave a comment below and tell me what your tips and tricks are if you have a very anxious mind like me and have a hard time relaxing and falling asleep. Please give me a thumbs up, and until next time, I will talk to you guys again soon. See ya!